Hi, my name is Chanel 72521.
Hi, our name is Nancy 15537.
Hi, our name is Roma 00009.
We chose the theme, the individual has more power in his voice than the group, because we as individuals ourselves know that we have great power in our voices and can shine brighter than we can ever imagine.
What we're trying to convey is that the individual's rights and voice are human-born and cannot be taken away by anyone or group. The individual contains numerous thoughts that the group in a million years could never think of. Grouping holds back and presses a single person's freedom of speech. There are more suggestions offered by individuals because everyone is unique and have different opinions. Some might say, although individuals contain more power, we all need people in our lives to balance us out, not take over.
On the open-minded and bright side are equality and the golden rule. On the dark socialist side are the homes that are perfectly aligned and the tunic wearing an expressionless cause.
Some examples of what the collage and the reveal include the passage, what brought it to pass, what disaster took their reason away from me, what whiplashed them to their knees in shame and submission, the worship of the word we.
The selection of the novel demonstrates the importance of independence and dependence. How the group worshipped the word we shows how they relied more on others in their society than themselves. They did not trust themselves, therefore if the group left they would have nothing left and perish internally.
Another representation of this theme is portrayed through the quote, "Theirs is a banner in my hand, and I wish I had the power to tell them that the despair of their hearts was not to be final, and their right was not lost without hope. For the battle they lost can never be lost, and a man will go on, man, not men."
This passage exemplifies how losses and failures are not final but temporary. There is always hope, as in the battle they lost can never be lost. If you have not lived a life of happiness, could you really say you've lived a life of happiness?
The final excerpt reveals the theme when equality states, "At first, man was enslaved by the gods, but he broke their chains. Then he was enslaved by the kings, but he broke their chains. He was enslaved by his birth, by his kin, by his race, but he broke their chains. He declared to all his brothers that a man has rights which neither God nor king nor other men can take away from him, no matter what their number, for his is the right of man, and there is no right on earth above this right."
By breaking their chains, this quotation displays how one person can fight for his or her own freedom. We believe that there is no limitation to a person's rights, and that it is not meant to be taken away.
Rosa Parks, a woman in her 40s, stood up against racism in the Cleveland Avenue bus when she sat in a white man's seat. After her arrest, others began to follow in her footsteps and boycotted segregated transportation. In equality in Mrs. Parks' situation, they both stood up against their societies in accord to gain respect.
Overall, the theme that we are trying to signify is that the individual has more power in his voice than the group. Just like Rosa Parks, equality breaks hearts.